Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Um, Today is 8th of June. It's not even 1 o'clock. And let me give you some summary of the news that were making headlines for past day in Russia. There was some interesting developments in the afternoon. President of Russia has did make some interesting statements, and I will start with that, and then we'll go through other news. And as always, I will give you my commentary on matters that were in those news, man. I mean, I do these kind of videos like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but still it's not enough time probably, because it's still quite hard enough to construct sentences. And I did read some comments on previous videos, and some of them were saying that I'm talking too slow and it's boring to watch or listen. And I do understand that, but what can I do, man? And first of all, I'm not comedian, so my videos never gonna be funny, probably. And secondly, I did start making English language videos to practice some English, because I don't have another opportunity for it. And this little project, if I may say it that way, same time, like, gives me opportunity to like just a second. To take a break from work and some daily stuff, man. Probably you will understand what am I talking about. So yeah, my videos may not be as interesting as many other channels, but anyway, man, I'll give you summary of the news that are making headlines in Russia. I will give you my commentary on it, and even though right now I'm not in journalism, I did spend in this field in field of journalism many years, and probably my opinion does have some weight, man. Again, like probably that's gonna be a case because yeah, experience is experience and knowledge is knowledge, man. And even though I can't talk proper English, uh, you know, uh, when I say something, and if I'm serious about it, then some people may find it interesting. That's been said. Let's go to the news, and yeah. This is it, man. This afternoon, President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, has had a meeting with leaders of parliamentary parties, and he said that exact quote is, Russia has not started anything serious in Ukraine yet. This translation is not working properly, but in Russian it's like Россия еще ничего не начала серьезно на Украине. So that means, in his words, that Russia has not really started anything serious in Ukraine yet. So what he meant by that, I mean, we can just guess about it, but in my understanding, because Putin hardly ever says anything for no reason, in my understanding, this statement means that in near future, after entire Donbas region will be liberated from Zelensky's Nazi regime, Putin will authorize mobilization, and reasoning for it will be that Russia has to liberate rest of the Ukraine too, and excuse for it may be anything, because Ukrainian, Zelensky's regime is shelling Russian territory almost on daily basis. Western powers are giving to Ukraine weapons, including offensive weapons. And who knows, man, Zelensky's regime may use these weapons even against Russia, on Russian soil, with even more destructive manner that it's used for now or before now, and That's it, man. Putin may say that enough is enough. We have to liberate entire Ukraine, and for that there will be some mobilization, probably. I'm talking about, I mean, if Donbass, of liberation of Donbass region will take, let's say, 3 to 4 weeks from now, maybe a little more, then close to autumn, or in first few months of the autumn, we may have mobilization. And this is huge, man, because if my reading of Putin's words are correct, military operations in Ukraine gonna intensify, like, in, hugely, in a big time. And if you did see my previous videos, I mean, you probably know that I was saying many times, not just in videos, but I mean, I was writing about this stuff for years, man, that if Western elites succeed to push Ukraine to make some provocations against Russia and invoke Russia and provoke Russia to openly be involved in Ukrainian affairs, including military means, then Ukraine will lose at least in entire south and east regions, from Kharkiv to Odessa, and then entire Black Sea coast, and then Russia will gain even land bridge to Pridnestrovia region. This region is Pridnestrovia is a breakaway region from Moldova, as you know. So for me personally, mobilization not gonna be a surprise, because Ukraine is a huge country, man. Ukraine is a huge country, and of course Russia will need more personnel, more military personnel to take control over these huge areas, man. For now, entire special military operation is based on some expeditionary force, let's say that way, because any one time on the front line there may be some 100 to 150,000 Russian troops, man, maybe even less, and some 20 to 30,000 militia forces from Lugansk and Donetsk People's Republics. And probably you know that military experts are saying that for offensive operation you need to have at least 3-1 advantage, at least 3-1 advantage when it comes to military force. And Russia now is achieving success in liberating Donbass region with and not just to the Donbass region. I mean, Russia had take control over the Kherson region and some parts of Zaporozhye and some parts of Kharkov region. And Russia is doing it with less less soldiers that Ukraine has, Zelensky's regime has under the arms. Because if you take account of 6 or 7 waves of mobilizations that took place in Ukraine, you will be probably right if say that under arms right now Ukraine has 500 to 600,000 people. So despite the disadvantage in manpower, Russia is achieving success, man, and pushing Zelensky's forces away from frontline, So yeah, I mean, this when I saw this news, first what I was first thought how you say it, man. First, what I did think is that it's gonna be a mobilization, man. And if it comes to that, probably hundreds of thousands of people will be mobilized. I may end up in one of the waves of mobilization, because because in Russia, if it comes to mobilization, you may be mobilized under age of 45. I'm not 45 yet, so 45 or 47, I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but anyway, I'm not that my age is 44 for now, so even I can be mobilized, and then yeah, I mean, what am I gonna do, man? I don't have any military experience, but I'm not gonna run from this, because when you take citizenship, you take with it not just rights, but you take obligations too, man. Yeah. And probably no one gonna run from mobilization. Some may, yet again, I mean, who knows? But most of the people will do what they are obligated to do to a country and to a society, Of course, I hope that somehow this military operation will end without further escalation, but for today I don't really see real possibilities of that, because Washington and London pushing Zelensky to continue this absolutely senseless and destructive war, man. So probably we're gonna see mobilization in Russia in few months' time, and further escalation of military operations in Ukraine. And if that's happened, then probably close to end of the year, everything will be finished. This war will end close to New Year. Plus minus month or two, man. But it will don't take much longer. You know. So yeah, man, this is quite interesting development. Quite interesting development, because you know, yeah. Let's go to other news, man. Let's go and check some other news. Let's check some. Yeah, in same, same time Putin did troll some, Western elites when he was commenting on statements of Western leaders that Russia gonna lose, war in Ukraine gonna end with Russia losing on the battlefield. And Putin says, you know what, let them try, man. Let them try to defeat us. So he's pretty much confident, and so much so that he's openly trolling his Western counterparts. So what kind of another news we have here? This is interesting, man, and quite surprising. Bloomberg is writing that Euro Commission blocking new line of credit for Ukraine on 1.5 billion euros. And the reason for it is that they are afraid that Ukraine will not be able to pay back. I mean, as I understand, Ukraine not gonna pay back anything, man, from those billions that was given to Ukraine to continue this war. But as I understand, this is just a reason, man, just a reason for European politicians to cut down on money supply for Kiev, because as experts saying, Zelensky's regime needs at least $4 to $5 billion every month to continue to uh, just to maintain uh, some kind of some kind of some kind of control, some kind of management or administration over the governmental institutions, including army, because for now it's quite clear that West is paying for everything, not just war, but for wages of the governmental staff. I mean, for everyone there that are dependent on federal budget of Ukraine. So if this news is true, and I don't have reason to not believe it, then it seems like Europeans are losing habitat for financing Kiev, you know. So still, I mean, USA will provide Zelensky's regime with enough money supply that they will and push Zelensky's regime to continue war, but at least Europeans are like at least Europeans displaying some kind of adequacy, because I mean, anyone who is a normal human being in Western elites should be for end of this conflict, not for continuation, but for ending of it, man. And they're supposed to push Zelensky towards peace, man, not towards war, man, not towards continuation of this absolutely senseless conflict. And Moscow says not just once or twice that Zelensky's regime can end this conflict anytime. All they need to do is to lay down arms, man. All they need is to lay down arms and listen to Moscow, what Moscow has to say. You know? So this news is quite interesting. What else, man? Here we have news that this news media outlets are all of them are official ones, man. I mean, this is TASS, this is Kommersant, you know, this one is RIA Novosti. It's big names, man. This one is like Lenta.ru is more like tabloid, but still they do provide some proper news, man. So here we have news that here we have news that Crown Prince of the Saudi Arabia will be presented at the meeting of President of USA, Biden, and King of Saudi Arabia. With Al Saud. with Al Saud. This meeting will take place in Saudi Arabia between 13th and 16th of June, when Biden gonna visit Middle East, and everyone do understand that what he will try is to convince Riyadh to increase oil input to the world oil market. But to be honest, I don't really see reason why Saudis and other Gulf states that are rich in oil or gas gonna do it, man, because they are in comfortable position for now. They have good relationships with Moscow. They have good relationships with China, India, and they have some good profits from current oil prices, man. And why they gonna increase oil production so prices will come down? I mean, why they gonna do it? I mean, what can Biden give them, man? I mean, weapons. All right, man. Saudis have enough weapons, man, and they can buy weapons somewhere else, man. They can ask Russia for weapons, or China, And to be honest, I hope if that's gonna happen, I hope Russia and China will refuse, because I mean, what Saudis are doing in Yemen is horrible. Is not even right word, man. They are, guilty of genocide, man, in Yemen. So no one should give them any weapons, man. I mean, why? But yet again, I mean, Saudis probably are not. They may listen to Biden. They may even promise to do something, about increasing oil supplies. But they will probably do much less, because for now they are in quite comfortable position. But anyhow, let's wait and see, man. Let's wait and see. What else, man? Probably this is it for now. And I hope this video was interesting for you, and if that's the case, then please consider to subscribe and push like button and share this video. But even if you don't, anyway, thank you for your time. Bye for now, and take care.